guys on tour will call it like the Duff Spinner. Like
Yeah.
you almost do it on purpose. Like the one that Rory hit at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like basically almost like a Duff Spinner. Oh, dude, that was so good. So it's like lots of ground interaction, but you're never really worried that you're gonna chunk it, right?
I mean, I'm a little worried. We're going to do a little short game sesh. We did a full swing with George Gankis. Now we're going to see Parker McLachlin, AKA Short Game Chef, to work on my chipping and my bunker game. It's been a little sloppy recently. I always like seeing Parker, and I feel like the short game, it's really easy for you guys at home to apply it to your own games, whereas, you know, swings are very specific to your type of swing and your speed, but short game is all about technique, so I'm excited about this. What's up? We're at the Four Seasons Golf. It's just called Four Seasons Golf here in Orlando. I had a lesson from Parker, Short Game Chef, about a year ago, probably. Dramatically improved my chipping. I came with basically no idea, and we developed a vanilla chip. You can film a lesson with a golf swing, but a golf swing is like so specific to someone's movement patterns, where I feel like with short game, it's all technique and you can get better faster.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is setup too, right? So if you want to, you've got your vanilla one that you've hit a lot of really nice ones, but if you want to start going higher, there's a handful of things we can do at setup to get this ball to go a little higher.
Bounce it into it, but good margin of error.
Yeah, exactly.
So for the vanilla, remind me, what we were talking about is before is I was getting way too much like this, way too much ball speed, and then kind of dumping it.
Correct.
You wanted me to feel like I was on top of it and much more around.
Yes.
Is that kind of?
Yeah, much less sort of wrist set.
So less of that, right?
Yeah.
Or you're saying less of this in the back.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they kind of go hand in hand sometimes, right? Yeah, and so like if you make your mistake slightly behind the ball, you still got spin, you still got softness, and that you still got a tap in, right?
Right. And that's because it's a U.
Yeah, because your arc is a bit wider, but you're still nice and shallow.
How does that setup look in ball position?
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay.
I mean that's your mid flighted with some spin on it. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people that'd be jealous of that shot.
The problem is I don't know if it's coming out mid or low.
Like that's pure, bro.
Yeah, you like that action.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, if you don't like that, you probably don't like golf. Okay, so here we go. So get in your normal kind of like regular stance, right?
Okay.
Now we're gonna go low and then we're gonna go high. So
Okay.
let's go low, so back of the stance. Handle's gonna go run forward. You're gonna make the same motion. We're gonna try to land this a yard short of the green.
Nope. What'd I do there?
Just a little bit of that.
What do you
right?
mean? What do you mean that?
Yeah, so like on the way through, like a little too much right side bend there.
Okay.
So just stay, so ball position a little more back. Yeah, there you go, right there.
Off really like the back toe.
Yes. Ooh,
I wonder
your body doesn't like that.
No.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
Well, I just think maybe for the shot that we're trying to hit, you're thinking you got to go up with it, so you're getting a lot of sort of right bend on the way through.
Trying to help it, you're saying?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I want you to flight this down. I want this to land in the fringe short. There you go.
Okay. That one I felt like it was really jabby though.
Yeah, so I don't want necessarily that feel. All I want us to do is make the same motion, but change our dynamics at setup. There you go. Yeah, you're much more into like trying to hit this thing up.
Well, because I feel like, is that not the same motion that I'm making here?
You're actually, I think because you feel it so far back in your stance, you're feeling like you got to go that way. I want you to just stay on top of it. There you go.
That was better.
So that's your low guy. Okay. Now, let's change it up to go a little higher, right? You've done a good job with your mid, which we call kind of vanilla or stock.
Yeah.
And now if we want to go higher, that club face is going to get more open at setup. So we're going to twist the face open. Just there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I feel like this bottom is just gonna.
Yeah, it won't. You'll be all right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't need you to lean the handle back.
Okay.
So we just want to spin the face open just a little bit. There you go. And now make me the same motion that with your vanilla pitch. Okay, so we got a little more height and softness. Ball went a little too far.
Mm-hmm.
So let's sort of soften the arms just a little bit.
Okay, so I feel like that soft right arm.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was nippy.
Okay. So
I just feel like it's so inconsistent. I mean,
yeah,
there's lack of practice, but
yeah. So here's what I want you to feel. I want you to feel that you're gonna make your same vanilla motion,
okay.
like the actual swing, but you're gonna change open face, ball position slightly forward. Shaft's gonna feel neutral.
So you don't feel like I need to like break and do
No,
everything?
not yet. If we want to go really high, then yes,
Okay.
but not yet. Good. Really good. I would say most of the time people hire me for like a shot like this to that left pin.
Yeah,
where it's
that's
like,
what I'm
I
hiring
need to
for.
go higher, softer, over a bunker with some spin. Okay, so give me the same vanilla motion with that new setup.
I feel like that was mid and really spinny.
Yeah. I mean, I was like mid-high,
Okay.
right? It's not crazy. I'm not looking for crazy high.
Yeah, we're not looking for a trick shot. I guess my biggest complaint for me is just like lack of consistency in the flight. I don't know how it's coming out.
Okay.
That was good though.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, tons of spin on it. So
Yeah.
that would be sort of like slightly high,
Yeah.
right? Not crazy high. Okay. So last time we talked, we talked about how the left hand does the bunker, the flop shots, and the shots out of thick rough, right? That motion there, and then the right hand does more kind of pitch shots and bump and run, right? So if we want to go crazy high, then we like to this pin over here, then we got to start building in a little bit more wrist hinge, a little more set.
Right.
So that's going to feel a little bit more left hand only and less body.
I want to work on this low a little
Okay.
bit more because I
Yep.
did not feel super comfortable with it. So I'm closing the face like this.
Square. I would never close it, but square.
Never close it.
Not turning it in.
Yeah.
I want the shaft to lean a little forward if we want to go low.
Right, but we're not doing that.
Correct.
Yeah.
This shot will be very popular at Augusta, where it will be handle forward, ball position back, club face open, and guys are going to hit what's sort of called like a bump and check. So they'll bump it into the hill, and then like on 15, long on 15. Right? If you go long on 15,
Yeah.
you can't fly it onto that green or else it's taken off.
Right.
So they got to bump it into that hill up, but then still have a little check.
Yeah. You're saying the check comes from the open face?
Slight open face, ball position back.
So there's still shaftling, but the face is open?
Yeah. And so your path is going to work more left now. There you go.
Yeah.
That's like your bump and check right
Yeah.
there, right?
That's a low risk shot, I feel like.
Yeah, once you kind of get set up in the right spots, it's still the same motion. Once you get set up in the right spot, yeah, that's pretty. Really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's another thing too, is like I feel like everyone wants to hit the sexy shot up in the air, but if you watch Scotty especially,
Yeah.
I feel like it's always along the ground.
Yeah.
Or not always, but I feel like his first look
Yeah,
typically is on the ground.
totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's an important thing to do. Like for a shot like this, what I would say is, I mean, that's a beautiful shot,
Yeah.
but I would say our first look is, can we land this a foot onto the green? Like American golf, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to land it a foot onto the green and let it run out like a putt. At least that's what most of my amateurs, they sort of,
They see it.
yeah, that's how we
All right,
try to look at
See
it.
if I can land it on. That was really
It's
good.
got so much spin
Yeah.
on it.
It's generating some spin, this guy.
Yeah. All right, you want to go left now?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I want to hit some bunker shots too before we go.
Okay. So, yeah, so here, this is going to be face open. This is going to be more that left hand feeling.
When
Hinge, release, rehinge. There. Yes.
so it's more of a V?
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yes.
So I
definitely.
feel like I don't want like a crazy amount of,
Nope.
because I remember you wanted me to say, I think what was that thing you said about Trevino with like the
Yeah,
left?
with not being able to touch. Yeah. So go ahead to the top. Yeah. So Trevino would say, "Can you touch your club head?" It'd be no. But in this shot, yes, I want you to.
Got it.
Yes.
Whereas on the normal one or the full swing, you don't want to be up
Yeah,
here.
I would say like a standard pitch shot to like a 50-yard shot, you don't want to be able to touch that club head.
Right, because it's too much.
Too narrow.
Got it. Too much
Yeah.
ball speed.
Too narrow. Yeah.
Okay.
So this one, I want you to feel much more hand, wrist, sort of arms are doing the work.
This is sort of artistry here.
Yeah.
That's good.
Woo!
That's really good. That's what we call a round killer, Johnny.
That's what I call a shot I have in the bag.
So here's what I want you to do. Here's how we're going to start. So what I want you to do is I want you to sort of soften the hands.
I'm just so scared.
Yeah.
So that's
I
so
want you to
scared.
soften the hands, soften
Yeah.
the arms.
Put that away.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Get your mojo in the right spot. And here's what we're gonna do. I want you to take what feels like a full swing, and I want you to hit this thing 5 yards.
So it's gonna have to be really slow, right?
Really slow.
Yeah.
Yes. Really slow. And that went like 15.
Spun though.
Yeah. I want it to be five yards, and then we'll work our way up.
Okay. So you want me to just dump it in the bunker, basically?
Yes, I want you to hit it in the bunker. Long and slow, like 20% motion. Yes.
No, it's way too good.
Come on, do it again. There you go. That's better.
I guess I'm always confused about whether to add speed or whether not to add speed. Because I feel like for a shot like this, at least like my first thing is like, I gotta have speed in order to get it to spin.
So yeah, but what I would say is like, I don't want your speed to be right when you take it away.
Okay.
Right? It's not like, oh, I gotta jerk it away. I want the speed to be at the golf ball, but you can go slow, 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 and then give it some speed. Ooh,
That was
beautiful.
what you were asking for right
Yes,
there, yeah.
that's like the 5 yard shot I'm asking for.
Okay.
Good. So let's now hit one like 10. So let's carry it just over that bunker, 10 yards. Okay, very good.
The sound was the audio.
Audio is starting to come. So long and slow. Oh, now we're talking. Bro, that has so much spin, but you're not feeling like you're smashing it.
No. Sometimes I almost feel like this, I don't know. I don't know if it's because the speed's coming in the right place, but a lot of times, like if I swung really hard at that, there's no way I feel like that would have gotten the spin. Maybe it's just because I'm used to, when I think of speed like right away.
Totally.
And this is more of like pendulum speed.
It's slow, 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 and then right through impact, we're trying to give it a little speed.
Yeah.
Right? But if you give it a ton of speed to start with, either you're like really slowing down because you're freaking out that you're going to hit it over the green, or if you increase the speed, you're probably hitting it over the green as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want you to just like soft.
Yeah.
Right?
Feel Jason Day.
Just so soft, right? Long, slow. Yes, now we're talking. Now, if we can start to get you consistent on the ground and have this ball come out soft,
Yeah.
now you can start to give it a little speed at the ball,
Right.
not before. Close. Still got a ton of spin on it.
These things, this spins a lot.
So give me what feels like the most Fred Couples type of
Just syrup?
flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I stopped.
Yeah.
My body stopped.
Yeah, you. So this is an arms and a hand shot, but like what I would say is like your body kind of like your legs kind of went, and then it was like everything kind of got sort of all out of sequence. So let your arms and hands do the kind of work here. There you go. Super nice. So like it's still thumpy in the ground, right?
Yeah, that one more so took like a little bit of a divot.
Yeah.
I know your team no divot.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's always going to be divots in golf, right? But
yeah. It's just it's a matter of degree.
Yes.
Almost too good.
Yeah, really nice.
That one bounced into it a little bit, but it's going to spin like crazy. Yeah.
That was it right there. So on a shot like this, I mean, I'd say almost every single one of these, you've hit the ground before the
So
ball.
I was going to ask you about that. You've been posting a lot about that recently, about ball first versus ground first.
You need both. You need both. So the shot that you're hitting, that little low one, kind of bump and run, bump and check, that's going to be more ball first.
Right.
This one here, with how you're delivering the club, it's going to be more ground first. And understanding how to do both is super important.
Right. So it's not like a one size fits all.
No. Short game is definitely not that with the variety of
What's my
shots.
weight here? Kind of more
I would say a little bit on the front side.
Yeah. Fred Couples.
Fred Couples.
Oh my God.
You just like jumped into it with your legs.
Still on the green though.
So
For the record. So to really feel like my lower body is, like you said, it's arms and
yes,
we don't want to get a lot of that.
correct.
Going, yeah.
No. That was better.
That
Like
was
you
so good.
caught yourself with your legs and your trigger, right? You were like,
Well,
oh,
so
no, I don't wanna do
that is my trigger.
Right.
Like for my golf swing, so I have to fight that.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah, that's tough because I just want to go like that.
Yeah.
That's how I.
So let's go ball position slightly forward. Let's go weight slightly forward. Let's go handle slightly back.
Okay.
Okay.
This
Now-
feels like it's going to bounce into it.
Yeah, which is why your pressure's forward.
Oh,
Oh, that was incredible.
that was so good. That's
now-
still ground first, you think?
Yes, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000% that's ground first.
So handle back.
Yes, handle back, weight forward.
That was weird.
Yeah, I just didn't. The path went pretty far left on that one.
Should it not be that far
No,
left?
it doesn't need to be that far left.
So you're not. So that's interesting because I feel like with this shot, and maybe it's just because out of the rough, if you're hitting a flop, you want to like swipe across it. No.
I mean, at times, yes. Like if I really want to cut the legs out, but I would say for this one, try to get that path a little bit more level. So pressure a little more forward. There you go. Yeah, good. Let's see it.
Just not hard enough.
Yeah.
It's a hard shot, folks.
Yeah.
Full swing flopper off Bermuda. That was it.
Yeah, and so you can see like that ball there didn't have as much left to right side spin.
I don't like that side spin.
Yeah, but that's just from you kind of coming that way.
Yeah, I mean, you always hear Tiger and Scotty talking about being able to draw chips. And
Yeah,
I feel like when greens are super, super fast like they are at like Bay Hill, sometimes like you're not going to be, if you have cut spin, it's like you're not going to be able to hold it to green. It's just gonna roll down a slope.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, and like I would say for your tendencies, which is more over the
Yeah.
top, I would want you to feel like you're going to draw this ball like 2 inches.
Draw it.
Even though you're hitting it to the moon, feel like it has a draw bias. There you go. Super good.
That's definitely ground first.
Right?
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. That was gorgeous, bro.
Felt like a chunk too. That's what's crazy about the ball first thing is I'm so used to chasing like here. I'll show
Chasing
you how
ball
I'll
first.
show you how we used to hit this
Yeah.
shot. I mean not like that, but I'm saying where I'd get really close to it
Right.
and I would just try and like, okay, I really can't do it, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm so not used to feeling that like turf interaction, and I'm like
Yeah.
afraid that I chunk it and then you're like that's gonna spin like crazy, and then it does.
Yeah.
I guess like counterintuitively, I would think that hitting the ground first would take the spin off.
Guys on tour would call it like the Duff Spinner. Like
Yeah.
you almost do it on purpose. Ping had done a study a handful of years ago where there was some grass in between the face and the golf ball, and it was like a slip and grip phenomenon that would happen, where if there was just a little bit of grass in between, now you have the golf ball slipping up the face and then gripping. So you would basically have two objects going in opposing directions, and it would create more friction rather than just one object and this one moving, right? The ball's stable,
Yeah.
this one's moving, and you get some friction that way.
Right.
But if they're both going in opposite directions, now all of a sudden you get more friction on it. So like the one that Rory hit at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like basically almost like a Duff Spinner. Oh, dude, that was so good. So I call this like a reliable flop shot.
Yeah.
So it's like lots of ground interaction, but you're never really worried that you're going to chunk it, right?
I mean, I'm a little worried.
Well, but you haven't really
chunked one. I
Yeah.
haven't chunked one. No, the thin is more of a fear. But no, I like the way this feels because when you have the ground to work with, you have a little bit of leeway.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as your legs kind of stay passive.
That's the key for me.
Absolutely.
That's the key for me is like especially because my trigger's like that.
Yes.
So keep the legs really still, weights on the front, hands back, and feel like a draw pattern.
Yep. Now, a draw pattern is not going to work for everybody, but for your DNA,
Right.
it's definitely what you need. Buddy, that is so nice.
That was Scotty-like.
That ball's ripping.
Let's go in the bunker.
Let's do it. That ball is ripping. So now I'll wait until we get in there, but you know, like what I would say is like this is going to have a lot of similar qualities as to what we just did.
Yeah. I think one of my things that I struggle with sometimes with the bunker is, you know, I get a little afraid of leaving it in the bunker. And so what I do is I feel like I drop my hands a lot.
Okay.
Like, and I feel like I take really, really steep, like divots underneath it, and then it just comes out kind of low and drivey.
Yeah.
So watch out, Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not afraid. You're not afraid of the sand. That's for sure.
No.
That was better in and out of it.
I just feel like it's really deep.
That one was better than the first one.
Yeah, you can see the difference.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the size of this guy versus like that first one was really long.
Yeah, really long.
Yeah.
Like that's just like, I feel like it's so aggressive.
Yeah.
So much like down. You mean you can see how much sand I'm taking?
Totally.
Whereas I feel like the guys, when I watch them on tour, it's very like clicky. You know, there's not a crazy amount of sand being taken.
Yeah. So like we want to create a bunch of steepness in here.
Yeah.
Right. But we also need to have an exit strategy.
Yeah. So I feel like what I'm doing now is almost like.
Correct. And you look at your left wrist, and it's like it's just held.
Yeah.
That's why that ball went so far.
Yeah.
So like
I struggle a lot with short side.
one of the things I would sort of encourage you is like you just kind of draw a line 3-4 feet in front of you.
Okay.
And so what I want you to do is I want you to open that face up. I want you to get set up to it. And I want you to feel like you're going to hit the ball that far, right? So what would your release have to look like for the ball to go 4 feet in front of you? What would you have to feel? It would have to feel like you're like that.
Yeah, like pointing back at me.
Right? So that's the release that I want, but I want just a little bit of speed, right? Okay, good.
Much shallower.
Yeah, so so it's like, it's
So
not
I remember,
shallower.
I want to show you something that I was taught. I think this Pete Cowan, where it's like one here, one here.
Yep.
And I was feeling like I put the left foot on here.
Okay.
And then club face beats the hands to the ball.
Yes.
Do you like that?
Yes.
But I see it's so like, it's just drivey. Do you see what I'm saying?
So drivey.
Yeah.
Which is why I think you need to feel like you literally need, I want you to feel like we're going to like tee this thing up, and I want you to feel like you go right underneath it. Like I want this ball to literally go 3 feet. Go right underneath it. Good.
It's more
Right?
than 3 feet.
Yeah.
I think that comes from fear though. I think it comes from, like, I know it's going to come out
Yeah.
this way. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not going to be able to access that pin.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just really afraid. I don't know. There's something like deep in my subconscious that's afraid of hitting it so short
We'll slide.
that at the end I just
Yes.
drag that handle.
Yes. So now I want you to do that, like keep the legs quiet. Those legs are getting in your way.
They're getting to like that?
Yes. So keep the legs quiet. I want that same release pattern, but I want some speed with that release pattern. Just your arms and hands.
Am I going width or no?
No, narrow. Narrow.
Okay.
Narrow, slide that club right underneath. Good. Now your low point, or sorry, your entry point was too far back, right? So I want you to enter about there. Okay, let's take a look. You can kind of see, right? Here's
Still behind,
where I
right?
wanted you.
Yeah.
That's where you entered. So I gave you about 2.5, 3 inches, and you still entered another 1.5 inches behind it.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to hit good shots if you're entering that far behind.
Yeah. I think that's just a function of me just coming in with a lot of speed usually and just
And then you want to back out with the upper body.
Yeah.
That's what you're kind of doing.
Yeah.
So it's like you back out with the upper body, hold with the hands, and that ball just comes out fast.
Yeah. So you're saying feel more this way?
Nope. What I'm saying is go ahead and set up to it. I want you to feel more there. Now stay there. Let your arms and hands do the work. Okay? Good.
So far behind it though.
That was a little bit, yeah.
But
I mean,
you can just hear it. You can see it. It's fat. That was better.
Yeah, it was better. So the things that are going to cause us to hit too far behind it, ball position is one, weight position is another, and then our shoulder pitch is the third, right? So if my shoulder's pitched this way, or my trail shoulder's too far back, I'm going to hit too far behind it.
Yeah, that's just physics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to pay attention to either ball position, weight position, or your shoulder pitch.
So you're saying before it was like this?
Well, we got to check on all three of them, right?
Yeah.
Just make sure, like, because that ball position is somewhat forward. So if you're going to match that ball position up, you better sure shit get over there.
Huh.
It's
that doesn't,
okay.
that doesn't feel forward at all, but it is, you're saying.
Yeah, it's okay if you want to have a forward.
I don't
ball.
like that.
If you want to have a forward ball position, that's okay. Let's just throw this thing like, what are we going to that pin?
The short one, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if we're going to that pin right there, like I would say that ball position's off your left heel.
And that's forward, you're saying?
I mean, it's definitely slightly forward. I would want it to start slightly forward of center.
Wow.
There
I
you
always
go.
thought you put it way forward on your left heel, no?
Well, you can, but you then gotta match it up with the pressure.
Right. So if I'm going off my, if I was what I was doing before with that drill,
Yes.
and I'm back here, I
Yes.
got no chance of.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
So if you do want to go ball way forward, that's fine. Just
Why would I want to do that though?
if you really got to cut the legs out to a really short-sided one.
Okay.
But there's great players like Brooks and Luke Donald that both go like ball position way forward, but they match it up, ball position forward, they match it up to all their pressure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I was doing this with the ball forward.
Correct.
And you got no chance.
Yes.
Okay.
So why don't you, let's leave the ball forward.
Okay, and just really feel
Yeah,
that
stay
way.
there and just stay in that front side.
Oh,
That was better.
that was way better. All right,
Yeah.
let's keep doing that. Interesting. I never thought about the tilt with my shoulders.
Yeah, the tilt I'll give you a good feel.
How much variety is there with bunker play on tour?
So much. Yeah. I mean,
More than chipping, you think?
yeah, because it blends in more of your full swing, and there's a lot of wrist set, and people set it in different ways. And
Yeah. So I gotta move like that, right?
yeah, so it would feel like left shoulder would feel down, right?
Oh my god, that feels
Yeah.
crazy.
But where do you? So if I were to say like, that's extreme, where you're gonna bottom out over here.
Mm-hmm.
This would be extreme on this side. You're
Yeah.
gonna bottom out back here.
Yeah, so we gotta think.
So you just kind of find the middle ground. Nice. Now you got some softness.
Yeah, I got some softness.
So we're always starting with like good lies,
Mhm.
and then we can kind of
Yeah, let's definitely play with
work into. Good. I mean, now we're at least getting this ball like barely over.
Yeah,
right?
like at least it's not, and it doesn't have the same like.
when you don't,
It doesn't have the same sound.
you don't look like that on the way through, like just super draggy.
Yeah.
So get this thing, way forward in your stance, way over there with your center of mass. There you go. Ooh,
That was good.
that was way different.
Yeah, it's coming out way softer. So
Yeah.
I have to give it a little more speed.
Which is good.
Not speed that way, speed that way.
Yes, that's the key,
Yeah.
bud. That's the key. It's
I'm a good-
speed in the release, not speed with the drag. That was you hanging back a little.
Yeah, I hated that.
Feel that?
I know it was a decent shot, but you could see, look at how much sand.
So what I want you to do is I don't want you to feel like you're adding loft through the swing, right? I don't want you to feel like I got to add loft through the swing. I want you to set up and show me as much loft as possible, and then get yourself in a spot where you're like, I know I'm going to enter in this spot every
Right,
single
but
time.
the loft is coming with the setup, not with the shoulders.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean at a certain level, like anyone who's on the tour knows how to chip, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just want to help move them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you use the launch monitor and stuff? Not really.
I would say no, because it's like it's so small, right? Like the shots that we're hitting are so small that I don't think that I necessarily need it, because I can see what we're looking for as far
Yeah.
as height, trajectory, the sound of the strike, and like what is the ball doing when it gets on the green?
Right.
Is that the right
You
shot
can
that
see
we're
it
trying to
right
hit?
in front of you.
You can see it right in front of you,
yeah.
right?
It's not like it's 150 yards.
Yeah.
From it. All right, so.
But I'm definitely gonna start doing more of it, because I want to measure what's happening in the bunker.
So don't add loft.
Not through the swing. Good, bud.
That was better.
Very good.
I gotta trust that the loft is there.
Yes.
And the
So-
loft is there with the club face and with the V.
And with your hands being lower.
Yeah.
Hands lower adds loft as well. Woo! That was the best sound yet, by far.
Yeah, really
By
nice.
far, that was the best sound yet. But now it just doesn't look like you're going like that.
Yeah, like that.
Right?
That side by side's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. There it is. Much better with that shoulder.
Oh, I did it.
You
I did
feel
something
it?
bad.
You feel
Yeah.
you hang back?
Is that what that was? Is getting back there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can. I don't even need to feel it. I can hear it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, and I can feel it not so much with the swing, but more with just. Yeah, that
Look at
is.
how long
That's
that
so
is.
bad.
So that's you going back this way, hands then start to drag, and you're just super long through the sand. Whereas your good ones, you're in and out of the sand real quick. Sick. Like, look at the size of these two divots.
Yeah,
Right?
there you go, right there.
Almost the exact same lie. Look at the size of those two divots.
Right.
So that's our bad one, just
Yeah.
long and draggy, and this is our good one.
We want the shorter divots.
In and out. Now, it does not mean that that is a shallower like angle of attack or a shallower arc or anything.
It's the low point.
It means you went in and out quicker.
Right.
Right? You went in and out quicker. It's not even your low point. It's just the length of it. Dude, how saucy is that?
Yeah, that's really good.
Bro, that's insane good. Yep, beautiful.
It's a little short.
That's your short-sided one right there. That's the one you said you didn't have.
Oh, it's a shank you.
Okay, come on.
All right.
Get back into
focus, focus, focus. Got a little. All right, so.
Get your setup.
So
There you go.
don't add loft.
Yeah, left shoulder more down. There you go. Good.
Nope, that was kind of the old one.
Yeah.
I mean, it ended up being a really good shot, but I did feel like it was kind of.
Yes.
You can see it.
Yes, I would agree. But we're it's like changing any kind of motor pattern. It's like
It's gonna take a
that
second.
one there. Yeah, is way better than the ones that you hit over the green. There's better. Slightly behind it, but definitely better. Like your whole mantra was like hang back, hold on, and then like use your legs, and this ball would just come out like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
Now at least you're like understanding how to get in, get out.
So you think there was leg movement before too? It was like.
Oh my gosh, so
boom.
much. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you feel like the legs are super quiet, right?
Yes, I mean obviously they're gonna move, but if you just like give me one where you just hit it with no legs, right? Where you just keep them frozen. It's pretty damn good, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was good. You don't need the legs.
No, you don't. Now, it looks a bit ridiculous to stand there and hit bunker shots this way.
Yeah.
But I do that as a drill all the time.
Do you?
If I start to get too much drivey.
Yeah, that's a good drill for people at home.
Yeah. So here's what I want you to do: like kick this out, kick that out. Now just leave them there. That'll kind of be your.
Is it a drill or is this
As a drill.
Yeah.
That was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But obviously you're not going to play like that.
No.
But it's a really good drill to stop. Most good players, they want to go like super drivey, and then all of a sudden it gets there, everything gets out
so
of whack.
get them super wide like this.
Yes, and then just
Still managed to screw that one up.
You can't go that way.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna hit this one normal. Okay, so.
There you go. Good. That looks great. Barely hang back.
Still hanging back,
Yeah.
huh?
Yep.
What does that mean? When you say hang back, does that mean that it's going like that?
Yeah. It just looks like you're ever so slightly that way.
So feel more like I get around?
I don't want you to feel that. I just want you to feel like you're staying right on top of it that way. I don't want you to feel like you get into, yeah. Like that setup looks much, much better. Now just stay there. Just,
don't hit the hosel.
Yeah. Aim's a little too far left.
Too far left?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Good. Good. Yeah, so like you grew up like I did, right? Aiming way left.
Aiming way left and
Yeah.
swiping across it.
Swiping across it. And that's going to cause sort of that handle drag. So it's like I would say for you, like how we did that drill this way, I would say one of your drills that you should do is like just drop the right foot back, try to hit some with the right foot drop back.
Because why?
It'll start to help your path a little bit.
It's getting too far left.
Yeah, so like just drop it a little bit. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, there you go. Now look at your target. Yep.
Ooh, that was really good.
Yeah. That could be a really good drill for you.
That was a really, really good one.
So take a look from down the line here. So You drop that right foot back. Just going to kind of help your path.
So I
just a
feel like
little
I'm
bit.
aimed way right here.
You're not. You're really not.
Okay.
Because your hips and your shoulders are not.
Okay.
Nice, bro. I mean, that ball's got a ton of spin on it,
Crazy
too.
spinning, yeah.
But I think that'll be a good drill to kind of get you back. I mean, Tiger talks a lot about how he plays a lot of his bunker shots, right? On the golf course, they're all cutty. So when he goes home, he practices draws out of the bunker.
Just to neutralize?
Just to neutralize it.
Yeah.
You always want to come back, know what your neutral is, right? You don't have to have your heel off the ground. Some good audio there.
Yeah, really good.
But yeah, you can see how much more in and out you are now.
Yeah.
Like, that's just so much better.
It's so much better. I want to see that slow-mo of the first one. It's probably like that. All right, so we've been hitting off really, really good lies. When obviously on the golf course, it's one in a dozen that you get are sitting on a thing like that.
Yeah.
So how do you coach guys through like lies like that, or where it's
when
like
it's down more?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything changes, right? We gotta build more down because we really gotta. Your only job here is to get access to the sand that's underneath this golf ball, right? So even though this ball feels like it's sitting way down there,
There's a lot of sand underneath it.
I mean, there's like 3 more shades of sand under there.
Yeah.
But it feels really firm, kind of at the touch and at your feet. So thought process is like, I need to build something in here where I'm bringing this thing in so steep that I'm going to get access to the sand underneath this golf ball.
And you're playing it with like no spin, right? It's gonna.
So like setup wise, it would look like my normal setup is back here, right?
Yeah.
So this would be like normal setup. When I got a bad lie, I'm way closer.
Interesting.
Way closer.
Why is that? Because you want to
So yeah, if I've got a good lie, I've got space to kind of allow this thing to get a little bit rounded here, right? And I have a lot of cushion under that golf ball. It's okay. But once this thing gets sitting down like this, I need to get closer because I want to build this thing just straight vertical. Super hingy, straight vertical, just straight up and down. Because I want to go up, and I want to come down.
Do you feel like you're almost
down.
leaving it in the sand a little
Yes,
bit?
because I'm coming from so steep that I need to this thing is not going to come out of the ground.
Right. Interesting.
So like zero follow through basically.
Set up the same? No. I mean, I'm saying club
Closer.
face. Is the club face open?
Maybe not quite as open. Yeah, there you go. Dude, that was incredible.
That was really good.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a good golf shot. All right, so bad lie, we get closer to it.
Yep.
And we want to access the sand underneath it.
Yes.
So
So obviously, like you got to break the plane of this sand trap, right?
Yeah.
And we want to get underneath that golf ball. Straight up, straight down, minimal follow through.
Touched it. Calling penalty on myself. It's a good game. It's the kind of guy I am. All right. No, I dragged the handle, huh?
Yeah, well, no, like you definitely got your knees involved, and then you could see obviously like the.
You don't want your knees involved still?
No, yeah, I just want it up and down, just
Okay.
just straight wrists, up and down. There you go. Now, that was really well done. Now, how much energy do you have to give to get this thing just over, right?
Right, because you want it to be kind of trickling.
And if you feel this sand, does it feel firm or soft?
Soft.
I would say firm underneath.
Okay, firm.
Right, it's firm. I mean, it's definitely firm underneath.
Yeah.
This top part is soft, right? But you can see how wet it is and firm underneath. Yes. Yeah. So firm sand, ball's going to want to come out faster or slower.
Faster.
Faster.
Yeah.
So you don't need to swing quite as hard.
Okay.
I just need you to create up. I need you to create down. And that's it. You was really close. I think that thing was buried, wasn't it? So you got to really exaggerate it if this thing is sitting down like that. Really exaggerate up and down. Beautiful. That's an amazing shot.
That was it. Yeah.
Basically plug lie.
Yeah, that was it. All right, and one more thing I want to do is like mega plug, because I feel like there's so many different ways, and our viewers are going to want to know how to hit this shot. Like when it plugs in the face.
Yeah.
Because the fried egg, because like this happens to everybody, and I feel like I've heard people tell me to play it off the heel. I've heard people tell me to play it off the toe. And again, there's no one size fits all for all this stuff.
No.
But we're talking like, watch this, Johnny. Like Kirk Cousins, our boy. Ah, nope.
Too firm.
Like that, you know, if it's like that.
Yeah.
How do you tell your guys? How do you?
I mean, I would say, you know, it's different when it's on a flat lie because you're going to want to provide some open club face. If you've already got this slope in your favor, right, on the upslope, you don't need to open the face as much, right? So if you're going to this pin right here, it would be the same thing. You would still want to get close to it. You would probably have the face a little more square. And now you just need to do, the job you need to do is that you got to enter the sand right there. So that's right where your sternum wants, you want your sternum to be there. So pressure is going to stay forward as much as you can. There you go.
Am I playing off the heel, the toe, right in the middle?
I would go square. No, play it off the middle.
Okay. And then just down?
Yeah, just straight up and down. I mean, to me, that's kind of what you're looking for.
Yeah. It's going to come out like with overspin.
Yeah, it's not going to have backspin.
And if it's plugged more like this, we want to have a little bit more open face.
Yeah.
And this is not a good spot.
No.
Same thing though, where it's.
Yes, correct.
So the worse the lie, sort of the more up and down.
More up and down, yeah, because you got to break the plane, right? You got to get
right. If you come flat, you're just gonna.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I need to find access to that sand underneath that golf ball. Beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then just build in. I mean, that was pretty darn good. But I would say, yeah, your job now is to pick out a spot here.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, it's like land it a foot short of the green, right? 2 yards over this bunker.
So maybe not as much force, you're saying.
Correct. There you go. Now
Yeah.
that looks like you're golfing.
That looks
right?
like I'm not just trying to get it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to like, okay. Now
It is hard to trust though. It's hard to trust like not swing it that hard because when you see this, especially you know me, like even on the perfect lies, I was going like this.
Right.
It's going to be hard for me not to just whack this thing.
Yep.
That is what I don't want.
Yep.
Got cute with it.
Yeah, you're trying to get a little cute. I mean, it's like, I want you to, like, reading the lie is number one.
Yeah.
Right? You got to read the lie.
Right.
So you got to see how much sand is underneath it, how soft it is, how
And
firm
that's why
it
you're
is.
feeling with your feet.
Correct.
When
Correct.
you get really close to it.
Yep. Yeah, I would say like your tendency, like that one was still a little bit sort of like behind it that way.
Uh-huh.
So like just stay right on it. Just allow your hands to kind of give you up and down here. That's more like it.
Yeah, that was it. All right, let's finish with that one.
And you can
I'm thinking sandcastles in here.
you can definitely see, right? Like your tendency of like legs driving, chest hanging back, and
Yeah.
you get those ones that go out to the right.
Let's hit one good
Every
one
time I cue you on like, hey, legs got to be quiet here,
Yeah.
and it's like just allow the ball starts on line.
So
again.
legs quiet is a huge thing for me.
Yes.
And not
Because the more your legs drive, the more you're going to go that way.
interesting.
Yes, and the more your hands will drag. So like, let's do another one. Like that was really close, but I would want to see. Let's go. I want you to really, really stay in this one. Like so, wherever you're,
So I'm
wherever
still
you get,
going like that.
Yeah, wherever you get set. These guys are quiet, and you're just going to allow the arms and hands to play and be. Very close. Still a very good shot.
Yeah, if you like makes.
Oh. Give me that ball position more forward. There you go. Yes. Good. Good. That's hooped.
We're done. I'm doing my Rory. That was great. Thank you so much. We got to do this more.
For sure.
I really
man.
enjoy this. I like picking your brain. Thank you so much. Bunker play is all about technique. So is short game in general. Check out Short Game Chef. What do you think? That was pretty good.
That was nice, dude. You just don't go hit another one. You just hooped that last one.
That's true. Okay. Oh, I got it here. Good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. We love you guys.